An irate farmer took matters into his own hands when a drone flew over his property. Armed with a shotgun and furious at being filmed, he aimed skyward and fired. The drone spiraled out of control, crashing to the ground, but its camera kept rolling. In slow motion, the footage even shows the man removing his cap and tossing it aside just before pulling the trigger. The location was never revealed, but soon after the video surfaced, reports emerged that the same farmer had been arrested. Just a week later, he allegedly used the very same weapon to fatally shoot a neighbor. Drones aren't just for capturing stunning aerial shots. They're becoming lifesavers in emergencies. In India, a 23-year-old man was stranded on the side of a cliff nearly half a mile high after slipping into a deep ravine during a hike with friends. Injured and with no way out, he spent a grueling 40 hours clinging to the rock face. While rescue teams prepared for the dangerous climb, a drone hovered over him, delivering food and water to keep him alive. Finally, rescuers reached him and carefully lowered him to safety with ropes. Against all odds, he survived thanks to the eyes in the sky. This shocking footage reveals what many have described as a hellish fire vortex. A massive blaze erupted in the Gulf of Mexico after a gas leak from an underwater pipeline ignited the sea itself. Flames raged across the surface, twisting into a fiery whirlpool that looked like something out of a disaster film. The inferno burned dangerously close to an offshore platform, but thankfully, no lives were at risk. Authorities later confirmed the pipeline wasn't carrying crude oil, meaning marine life faced no major threat. Still, the surreal sight of fire dancing on the ocean stunned the world. 3 support vessels battled the blaze until it was finally brought under control. I can't say for sure whether it was some kind of mythical creature or something else entirely, but what the drone captured inside that abandoned cave was deeply unsettling. While flying his drone over a series of unexplored caverns, the operator decided to guide it down into a dark, gaping opening. At first, it seemed like just another shadowy cave until something unexpected appeared on the screen. Hiding just behind the rocky wall was a strange bipedal figure, with twisted horns and limbs that looked eerily similar to those of a goat. The creature seemed to be spying on the drone, peeking out cautiously as though aware it was being watched. The cave's darkness kept its full appearance obscured, but its outline alone was enough to spark terror. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, the footage cut off, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. Was this a trick of the shadows, or had the drone stumbled upon a creature that was never meant to be seen? The mystery only deepens with every replay. A few years ago, while hovering his drone above Browns Bay, an operator captured something that still baffles viewers today. Nearly 10,000 feet above the ground, a strange figure appeared, floating silently in the sky. At first, it looked like nothing more than a shiny, shapeless object. But within seconds, it shifted its form, taking on a humanoid-like outline. The sighting quickly became a source of controversy. Some claimed it was a UFO, others argued it was a shape-shifting entity, while a few went as far as to suggest it was an interdimensional traveler passing through our world. The operator himself described it as a humanoid figure, seemingly attached to a device that allowed it to glide through the air. To this day, no one has been able to explain exactly what the drone recorded. Was it a trick of the light, an experimental craft, or something far stranger? The mystery lingers, suspended high above the skies of Browns Bay. While flying their drone over a dense forest, 2 friends expected nothing more than a few hours of casual exploration. But what they stumbled upon has remained a mystery ever since. Through the trees, the drone's camera picked up movement, something strange creeping among the branches. At first, they thought it might be a bear. But as they zoomed in closer, the figure didn't behave like any animal they had ever seen. The supposed creature began to reveal more of its shape. It moved on all 4s, yet its body appeared disturbingly humanoid, pale, hairless, and thin, nothing like an ape or any known species. As the drone hovered above, The being seemed to be digging frantically at the ground, though whatever it was searching for, or burying, could never be recovered. Uneasy, the pair eventually abandoned the search. To this day, they have no explanation for what they recorded. The strange crawler in the forest remains unidentified, leaving the haunting possibility that something unknown, and perhaps not entirely human, is still out there. While piloting his drone over a remote field, a man decided to capture an aerial view of an abandoned house hidden among the overgrown bushes. At first, everything seemed still, until something unusual caught his eye. Through the drone's camera, he spotted a dark, shadowy figure moving inside the ruins. The mysterious shape emerged briefly from one side of the house, walking with disturbingly human-like movements before vanishing back into the darkness. The operator replayed the footage multiple times, zooming in to get a clearer look, but the figure's identity remained impossible to determine. To him, it didn't seem like an ordinary person. Instead, he believed something far more mysterious was deliberately avoiding being seen, as if it was hiding from the human eye. A drone captured a breathtaking yet brutal scene in the open ocean, two massive gray whales making their annual migration. But they weren't alone. Trailing close behind were two killer whales, and soon the hunt was on. While it's not unusual for orcas to attack gray whales, they almost always target calves, which are smaller and more vulnerable. This time, however, the predators set their sights on full-grown adults. The footage shows the orcas working in perfect coordination, ramming the giants from the side and tearing at their pectoral fins with relentless precision. According to the drone operator, there weren't just two attackers. More than 16 orcas joined the assault, circling and striking in waves. The gray whales fought back with powerful swings of their massive tails, forcing the water to explode around them. After enduring a relentless series of attacks, the whales finally managed to push toward shallower waters where the orcas could no longer follow. Bloodied but alive, they survived, a rare and dramatic victory against overwhelming odds. In Indonesia, a tourist was swept away by a powerful underwater current near a waterfall. Rescue teams searched tirelessly, expecting to recover her body, but what they discovered was far more unsettling. During the search, a drone captured chilling footage. In the water, a young woman suddenly appears out of nowhere. Strangely, no one on the ground could see her, only the drone's camera recorded her presence. People nearby seemed to look straight through her, as if she wasn't really there. Even more disturbing, the missing girl's parents claimed they recognized their daughter in the video. Moments later, the figure slips behind a rock and vanishes without a trace. Whether it's a trick of the camera or something supernatural, one haunting question lingers: who or what was she? In an effort to draw attention to one of the world's most isolated tribes, a man set out with his camera to capture rare footage deep in the Amazon rainforest. What he managed to record was extraordinary. Hidden among the dense jungle, he filmed an indigenous man believed to be the last surviving member of a completely isolated tribe in the Brazilian Amazon. His body was covered in leaves for camouflage, and he was seen cutting down trees with simple tools, completely unaware that he was being watched from a distance. The Brazilian government had been monitoring this man for more than a decade, but never had such clear, up-close footage been captured. The clip quickly became regarded as one of the rarest glimpses into the life of a human being living entirely alone, untouched by modern civilization, a haunting reminder of a culture that has almost entirely vanished. According to an old legend, abandoned places are said to be haunted. Wanting to disprove the myth, a man decided to fly his drone over a crumbling, deserted site. At first, nothing seemed unusual, until he lowered the drone behind one of the decaying walls. As the camera drew closer to the ground, a strange figure slowly came into view. It appeared to be a woman in a long white dress, standing motionless with her face turned away from the camera. The sight became even more unsettling when she showed no reaction whatsoever, even as the drone hovered closer and closer. Viewers who later saw the footage were left deeply unsettled. Had the drone truly captured a ghostly lady lingering in the ruins, or was it something else entirely? Perhaps a trick of the shadows or a person caught in the wrong place at the wrong time? The clip ends without answers, leaving the mystery open for chilling speculation. In 2011, Canadians witnessed a moment so bizarre that, if not for a drone capturing it, few would have ever believed it. A powerful storm had rolled through their town, bringing violent winds and dark, churning skies. But the weather wasn't the only thing that left people stunned. As the storm clouds gathered, they began twisting into an extraordinary formation, one that looked eerily like a gigantic human face. The shape was uncanny, with a clearly defined nose, mouth, and other humanoid features that seemed to stare down from above. The rare footage quickly spread online, sparking heated debate. Many insisted it was the face of a giant appearing in the sky, while skeptics argued the clouds were simply playing tricks on the human eye. Whatever the explanation, the sight was unforgettable, a fleeting moment where nature itself seemed to come alive. What began as a peaceful drone recording of a breathtaking Hawaiian waterfall quickly turned into a nightmare. The drone captured the sudden surge of a violent flash flood crashing down onto the falls. A tourist, standing dangerously close, was caught in the chaos. The operators, horrified by what they had just filmed, rushed to help, but the man was swept away in an instant. In desperation, they used the drone to continue the search until a rescue helicopter arrived. Against all odds, the camera captured the incredible moment the tourist was found alive, shaken, but miraculously unharmed.